Lekmer. Today we're gonna go through how to get in and out of our kayak from a kayak jetty or a dock. So I have my kayak down in the water here and I'm ready to get in. So I'm gonna give you my tips and tricks and how I think is the best way to do it. So here I am at my place in Pampas where we have this perfect kayak dock, and what I want to do first is get my kayak in the water, and I want it just alongside the jetty here. My paddle I just put next to me so I can reach it. I don't like using the paddle over the boat because I think it just harms the paddles, and it doesn't really make any sense to use it like that unless you're a little bit far away out in the archipelago and doing it against rocks or things like that, but that's another video. So if you have a good jetty like this, you don't need any paddle to get in and out, in my opinion. So what I do, and the most versatile way to do it, according to me, is to put one hand in front, one hand on the jetty. Then I step in with both my feet into the boat. As long as I'm standing here and I'm not leaning against the jetty, I'm just holding on with my hand to keep my balance. It's all right to just be standing in the boat like this. It's no hard to keep the balance. If I start leaning towards the jetty, my kayak will run away, and then it will be really, really hard. So just stand straight up, just hold a little balance with your hand. The other hand I have here, and then I bend my legs, sit on down, reach my feet inside the boat, get ready, put my spray skirt on, and then I'm ready and off to paddle. So as you can see, I've done this quite a few times, but it's not that hard. And the good way about doing it this way is that you can do it on even high jetties, you can do it on low jetties, you can do it on rocks. It's the same version and it works in the same way all the time. So it's a really versatile way to do it if you get a hang of it. Obviously, you need to be a little bit flexible to do it, but it's okay. You can sit down with a bump as well. It works. If you have a smaller cockpit, then you will sit down in the back here, and that works as well. So that's no worries. So how to get up? The way I do is I get to my jetty. I do it more or less the opposite way, or the vice versa way of getting in, but one hand on the jetty, the other hand I put in the back, so just behind my back on the cockpit rim. I get one or both knees up, and then I lift myself up, change weight so I can stand in my boat, stand up, and get out of the boat. So what's really important here is to keep the center point of balance. So if I'm standing in my boat, I want to be standing in the center. And if I'm having my hands on my boat, if I'm only using one hand, I want to have it in the center. And if I use both hands, I want one hand on each side. If I were to just have one hand on one side and push, then my kayak would flip. And I don't want that. So I really want to keep in mind that if I have one hand, just one in the center, in the front or in the back. If I'm using two hands, one on each side. I see many people that sit inside their boat, and when they're in and they want to adjust themselves how they sit, and they have one hand on the jetty and one hand on the kayak, and then the kayak flips when they push. Remember, both hands on the kayak, lift yourself up, and then you can fix how you sit. So that's my suggestion, and a really good and important thing to keep in mind, that the kayak is its own vehicle, and if you want to have stability, then you want to have equal push on both sides. So think about that and remember that. So to get up, one hand in the back, one hand on the jetty, stand up, and then walk. If this method is hard for you and you're having trouble and you're gonna get in or out by a jetty like this, I'm gonna show you an easier way as well. This way, you want to be sitting on the jetty. So by just sitting on the jetty here, I can get both my feet inside my boat. Then I put one hand in the back of the boat, one hand on the jetty, and from here I can just squeeze my way in and move my bum over to the kayak and get my knees inside like that, and then I'm ready to go kayaking. and the same way works to get out. So one hand in the center back, or if you're having really trouble to get up like this, you can put both hands on the jetty and just move your bum over. Either put your hands in front of you or in the back of you to get out. So that's a little bit of how to get in and out of your kayak by a dock. I'm gonna make another video to show you how to get in and out of a really high dock if you want to see that. And so stay tuned for the next video, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video. If you have any comments or have any tips of what you want me to do a video about, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thanks.